everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and I'm here with Get Sketchy with Christy and Rachel. This week we are doing this awesome sketch, which is an 8.5 by 11. I love it. Rachel picked it out, and I am going to actually scrapbook 8.5 by 11, which I haven't done in a while, so pretty excited about that. I'm going to kind of mix a couple things in. So I have not done my 2016 like goals or resolutions layout yet for this year, so I want to get that done. And then looking at all of this, I have some pieces of embellishment that I have just been dying to use, and so I'm going to try to use that up here as well. And then of course I'm going to follow it very literally. I'm pretty excited about it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm using this piece, so pretty, right? A piece of pattern paper, and I cut it out of here. This was a little tricky, and a little thing to keep in mind, I just wanted to share this with you and I'll get on to fast forward, is when you know you want to use this little piece on another layout and keep the integrity of the fact that it's got this with it, just do your measurements, especially if you're cutting out an 8.5 by 11, and just cut up. It does fit. I made it work just fine. And the back of it is just this. But just, if you love the branding strip, just keep it as that and think of this as a 12 by 12.5, and then do your measurements that way, and then you'll never be able to lose that. So there's that for you. And some of the pieces that I'm excited to use are this, which is from Simple Stories I Am collection. I've been hoarding it, and I'm excited to use that. I have this house that is from a crepe paper line from a couple of years ago now, from the Close Knit. I almost think it's like a 2012 collection. I'm not sure, but I have it, and I'm excited to use that as well. I also have this awesome little double arrow that came in a chipboard collection. I believe this is a My Mind's Eye. So I'm kind of laying it out like it's going to look, right? And then the last thing I have is also from the same collection, and it spells out family in these cool letters. So I'm going to kind of do it like that and have family at the bottom, and then the photo that I have, I'm going to just place it at the top and do my thing. But the reason why is I'm going to focus like what's important to me. So at the bottom of my pyramid and my foundation is my family, and then our home, and then this doesn't stand, I don't know. And then these don't really stand for anything, but the first two pieces were kind of like, yes, my family, my home, you know, being creative maybe, I don't know, and just pretty things at the top. But I like the idea of the bottom of it kind of being a good base. So that is how I'm going to create this layout, and it should be pretty fast because there's actually not a whole lot to it. So I hope you enjoy. Thanks, everyone.
Alrighty, so there's the sketch for you to see one more time, and the photo I am using, which is actually a photo I stamped last year, but I figure it's still relevant. I took it fairly late in 2015, so I don't really mind that I'm not using an accurate 2016 photo. And then I know I want to use that piece of Fancy Pants paper for my journaling, and I know that. So I was just kind of lining it up to see how I'd like it to look. And at first I'm thinking I'm going to use this piece, which is also Fancy Pants, to do like a border, but then I decided instead I'm just going to use some tissue paper. It's going to give me basically the same effect, and I'm going to be able to save that piece of pattern paper for another project because I like it. It would be a good base background paper, so I kind of wanted to save it. So instead I'm just going to use my tissue paper, and I've been adding tissue paper to everything lately, I know, but I love it, and I love the look it gives, and I just really enjoy it. So the other thing I did is add that little tab, and of course it's up high. I didn't realize when I was filming that I lifted my layout too high, so I do apologize about that. And here are those letters from the Close Knit collection I was talking about, the chipboard collection. And it just spells out family, which is going to be the base and bottom of my layout. And again, the foundation of my life is my little guy and my big guy. So my family, they are what's the most important to me. So obviously a goal is to keep our relationship strong and healthy and keep loving our little guy. So that's why I did that there. I also added a little I believe it's for the planners that everyone does. I do not do a planner in the sense of decorating it. I have a planner, but I don't use it to decorate with. And so I use that little thing to just put it on. And I love it. It's like I think it's meant to be like a placement holder. So it's really cool. And I wanted to use that, and it brought in the teal as well. And then what you just saw there was I was showing you I cut that out because I wanted to be able to use the tabs of the day of the week for another project. So I cut out just the part that I needed so I could save the rest of it. And here now I'm just thinking, like, is this enough? Like, is that all I'm gonna do? It's pretty simple. And I decided I was kind of debating on if I wanted to do a title or not and what to do. So the first thing I'm gonna do is roller date stamp that it's for January 1st in my goals. And I did stamp it twice because the first time you couldn't actually read it all. So stamped it twice. I am not a good stamper, guys. I suck at it, but I'm working through it. And then I'm going to title this very simply Goals 2016 because that's what they are. And I would have done resolutions, but of course that's a very long word, and I wouldn't have been able to put the year as well. And I love these stickers. They're thickers, I believe. They're really neat. And so what I decided is to kind of follow the sketch. There is a little circular piece at the top in between the title. And so I was playing around on what I wanted to use, and I'm using a few different things. And I kept going between the bird and the heart. And in the end, I decided the heart was the way to go. It was cute and fit, and I just think it worked well. So I'm going to go with the heart there. And then I'm going to add just a few more pieces. I'm just trying to add a few more layers to help make the page a little more interesting. So you're going to see me do that. I am trying to work through my sticker sheets that I have. And right now, this is the one from Maggie Holmes, and I believe this is the open book collection. Yes, it is. So I am allowed to use this up now as I finished that Obsessed series with Caddy at the end of last year. So I can use all of my other Maggie Holmes open book collection for anything I want, which is kind of fun. So I am just kind of working through that right now. And then I decided it would be neat to also add a little bit onto my journaling card as well. So I'm going to use this little arrow and make it a banner instead. And then I'm going to add one more so that I have both the colors I need. And I'm searching, and where do I find it? I don't even remember where I find it from. Is it, oh, I had gold, not red. I don't even remember what I did. So there you go. And the reason why I did that is there is the tiniest bit of gold on that heart. And then, of course, that floral piece has just the tiniest shimmer of gold. And then to just add that last piece of gold, I added that little piece of ephemera, again, from the open book collection. And this little piece right here just says, I think it says love more or family or love always, something along those lines. And it's hard to see, but I wanted to add it because it's true. You gotta love your family and as much as you can. And I do add this little, that's not a leaf, Christy, that feather there as well. I'm just trying to use up some of my stuff, especially these little pieces, because they could fall off and get lost. So I'm trying to use up my stuff and use up as much supplies as possible. I don't want to have a bunch of stock anymore and a bunch of stash. I am going to use some of these Heidi Swap little rub-ons as well. I kind of forgot that I had them and hadn't used them in a while. In fact, I don't think I used them at all until this layout. So I'm excited to kind of use some of them, and they're very pretty. They rub on, and they rub on really well. I was really afraid because they were older that they were going to be cursed like some of those other ones that don't end up working after they're old, but these ones are working fantastically. So I love that. And I just add a few just to, again, just a little bit more interest to the layout because it is so simplistic. And I believe after that, that's about it. I don't think I do a whole lot more here. So please remember to go check out Rachel's take. This was the layout sketch that she picked, and it was a fun sketch. I really loved it. And we will be back in 2 weeks from this Saturday, which this is being posted on, with another sketch. And then starting in February, we are going to start something new and fun for you. So stay tuned for that as well. Thanks everyone so much for watching.